In a quiet village in West Africa, there was a woman named Adama. She was known for her beauty, her curves, and the grace with which she carried herself. Adama had married Bamba, a man who was strong and proud. They had been together for 4 years, and though they had no children, their marriage was once filled with joy and love. But things began to change. Bamba started spending more time away from home. He would leave early in the morning and come back late at night. When Adama asked him where he had been, he would give her vague answers, saying he was busy with work or with his friends. She tried to believe him, but deep down she knew something was wrong. One day, Adama followed Bamba. She saw him with another woman, a younger woman who lived in the next village. It broke her heart to see her husband with someone else. She had always respected Bamba, always loved him deeply, but now that love was mixed with pain and anger. When Adama confronted Bamba, she did it with tears in her eyes. She asked him why he was doing this to her, why he was cheating. Bamba, instead of showing remorse, became angry. He told her that he wouldn't stop seeing the other woman because Adama didn't respect him enough. This shocked Adama because she had always respected him. She couldn't understand how he could say such a thing. Adama felt lost, but she wasn't ready to give up on her marriage. She decided to speak to the woman Bamba was cheating with. She went to the woman's house and begged her to leave Bamba alone. But the woman had no sympathy for Adama. Instead, she told Bamba about the visit. This made Bamba furious. When he got home that evening, he lashed out at Adama, shouting at her and even beating her. Adama cried and pleaded with him to stop, but Bamba was too consumed by his pride and anger to listen. After that day, Adama knew she had to do something different. She couldn't continue to live like this, being beaten and disrespected by the man she loved. She thought long and hard and came up with a plan. Adama knew she was beautiful and that men were always drawn to her, but she had never used her looks to get what she wanted. Now she decided it was time to change that. She started dressing provocatively, wearing clothes that showed off her curves. When she walked through the village, men would stop and stare, admiring her beauty. Some of them even tried to approach her, but Adama made sure never to cross the line. She enjoyed the attention, but she knew her heart belonged to Bamba. However, she wanted him to see what he was risking by neglecting her. Bamba noticed the change in Adama. He saw how the men in the village were now flocking around her, and though he pretended not to care, it gnawed at him inside. He didn't want to admit that he was jealous, but he couldn't help feeling that way. One evening, he came home and found that Adama was not there. He waited for her all night, but she didn't return. The next day, he waited again, but there was still no sign of her. By the third day, Bamba was in a state of panic. He had never imagined that Adama would leave him. When she finally returned, Bamba was filled with rage. He wanted to beat her again, to show her that he was the man of the house. But Adama was ready for him. She looked him in the eye and told him that if he laid a finger on her, she would leave and never come back. She told him that she had found a lover, and if he pushed her any further, she would go to that man and never return. Bamba was shocked. He knew he had pushed Adama too far, but he had never imagined she would find someone else. They didn't have any children, so it would be easy for her to leave him. The thought of losing her made him weak. He started to apologize, but Adama wasn't interested in hearing his apologies. She was enjoying the power she now had over him. Adama stopped cooking for Bamba. When he asked her for food, she would tell him to go to the woman he was cheating with. Bamba couldn't bear it anymore. He missed the way things used to be when Adama would take care of him and show him love. He realized that he had made a terrible mistake by neglecting her and cheating on her. The pain of losing her was too much for him to handle. Bamba finally broke off all ties with the other woman. He didn't even tell Adama about it because he knew it wouldn't change how she felt, but he hoped that in time she would forgive him. He started coming home early, trying to show Adama that he was a changed man. He even got on his knees and cried in front of her, begging for her forgiveness. Adama listened to Bamba's pleas. She had been through so much pain because of him, but she still loved him. She told him the truth. She had never cheated on him. Despite all the attention she got from other men, she had never been attracted to any of them. her heart belonged to Bamba. The times she was away from home, she had been with her parents, seeking comfort and advice. Bamba was overwhelmed with guilt. He realized how much he had hurt the woman who loved him so much. He promised to change, to be a better husband, and to never hurt Tasha again. Adama accepted his apology, but she made it clear that things would not go back to the way they were overnight. Bamba had to prove himself to her. Over the next few months, Bamba worked hard to win back Adama's trust. He treated her with the respect she deserved, and slowly their relationship began to heal. They became closer than they had ever been before. A year after they reconciled, Adama gave birth to their first child, a beautiful baby boy. The marriage was stronger now, built on a foundation of respect, love, and understanding. Bamba never forgot the lessons he had learned, and he never took Adama for granted again. Their story became an example to others in the village of how love could endure, even to the darkest times. And in the end, they found happiness together, just as they were meant to.